Heredity and Evolution Part 8. Isn't the Punnett square an amazing technique to predict the outcome of the offspring of two individuals? In the Punnett square, we use the technique genotype of two different individuals. Do you want to know how the Punnett square technique works in this case? Well, humans require a male parent and a female parent to give rise to a new individual. As we have already studied, the human germ cells do not have a pair of sex chromosomes. Each child receives one copy from the mother and one from the father. They together make up a pair, and thus the natural pair of the chromosomes in a cell is established. All females have a perfect pair of the sex chromosomes in all their cells. It is called as the XX chromosome pair. Each chromosome is named with the letter X. Both these together make up the 23rd pair of chromosomes. What about the male parent? The male sex chromosome is also made up of two chromosomes. This one is a normal X chromosome, while the other is made up of two short strands. The former is represented by the letter X, while the latter is represented by the letter Y. Look at the two different sex chromosomes now. The 23rd pair chromosomes of the female parent is represented as XX, while the 23rd pair chromosomes of the male parent is represented as XY. As we know, the egg cell and the sperm cell are the sex cells. They do not have 23 pairs or 46 chromosomes. Instead, they have half the number of chromosomes, one from each pair of autosomes and sex chromosomes. Now let's look at the female egg cell. It really doesn't matter which X chromosome of the sex chromosome pair is present here. Why is it so? That is because both are X chromosomes. But do you think the same applies to the male sex cell or the sperm? No, right? It can either have an X chromosome in the 23rd chromosome place or a Y chromosome. Now it depends on which sperm genotype will fertilize the egg cell. If the cell containing the Y chromosome fertilizes the egg cell, the resulting offspring will be a male. An XY combination, you see? But if the sperm containing an X chromosome fertilizes the egg, it will result in a female child. Who do you think then decides the sex of the child? The father, of course. If the father's X chromosome fertilizes the egg cell, then a female offspring, and if the father's Y chromosome fertilizes the egg cell, then a male offspring. Now let us look at the probability of the two different sexes. When fertilization takes place, there has to be some probability of the outcome of the offspring's biological sex. What do you think will help us out with it? The Punnett square, that's right. Now look carefully at the process of fertilization of these two genotypes. While this happens, there are four possible outcomes. Here, we write the genotype of the female parent, X here and X under it. What will we write here? The genotype of the male parent, that's right. X is written here, and right next to it we will write the letter Y. Well, now let us see the different possible combinations these four chromosomes could display. In the first box, we have 2X, and this one will have 2X again. What about this box? We will have an XY combination here, and the same result is obtained in the fourth box. What can we conclude about this? Half the offspring will be females who carry the XX genotype, while the other half will be males who show the XY genotype. So now we know that it is the father who decides the sex of the child. The mother's X chromosome is a pair of every child's sex chromosome pair irrespective of the child's sex. The chromosome Y of the male sex chromosome pair would result in a male offspring. The Punnett square enables us to see the various possibilities of having either a male or a female offspring. However, the pairing up of the chromosomes is random, so we can never really know what the biological sex of the child will be.